And welcome inside the Robert J. Collins Arena in Lincroft, New Jersey for game number 2 as the Brookdale men's basketball team gets ready to square off against the Skylanders of Sussex County. Along with the rest of our BTV crew and my broadcast partner Brian Goudsward, I am Tim Catalfamo. Both these two teams looking for a win to continue on in their season. For Brookdale, Brian, they are 5-5 on the year. They come off of a nice win against Salem on Tuesday night, whereas for Sussex, they're trying to pick up their 4th win of the season at 3-9 overall. They're trying to build some momentum, and they have a big test against Brookdale tonight.
Yeah, and Brookdale, as you mentioned, coming off one of their better performances just two days ago on Tuesday against Salem. It was a game where they got out of the gate so fast. The aggression was there. They were playing well both ends of the floor. And the thing that really stood out the most about that game, the shot blocking ability from Alan Ozoje, who is about ready to take the opening tip.
Yep, we'll give you the starting lineups as now we are officially underway. Sussex in the away blue uniforms, Brookdale in the home whites. As you see right away, Aleem Jones going to the rim and scoring. It's Jones, George Mendez, Ramir Grant, Reldy Dursey, and Tamir Williams, the 5 starters on the floor for the Skylanders. For the Jersey Blues, Beon Wilson, DeAndre Smith, Jelani Carter, Tyrese Bryant, and Alan Ozoje, the 5 on the floor. Sussex leads 2-0, 9:42 to go here in this first half. Working with a skeleton crew tonight, so we do not have our score box working, so we'll be giving you the timing and scoring as soon as possible. And frequently tonight is Beon Wilson downstairs with a nice move after the feed from one of his teammates, and we're tied up at 2.
And talking to Paul Chizek pregame, he praised the play of Beon Wilson, said he thought it was his best game of the year on Tuesday against Salem.
Driving to the rim and getting to go off the glass is Williams, and Sussex now in front 4-2, 19:09 left here in the first half.
And you see the nice pace to this game. Both of these teams have a lot of speed on the floor, like to run, like to get to the basket. That should make for a good flow.
Long 3 there by Carter is off the mark, and the rebound is tracked down by Ramir Grant. Give and go. Grant a floater high off the window and in. A very nice start for the Skylanders, and Coach Chizak will burn a timeout. 6-2, Sussex in front, 18:47 left here in the first. And you talked about it a second ago, Brian, a really hot start for the Skylanders, and that's what they need to do, especially in this building against a team in Brookdale that likes to run and attack the rim on offense.
Yeah, and it's not easy to match the tempo that Brookdale is going to give you on a game-by-game basis, but early on it's only been just over a minute. Sussex has been up to the challenge. It was interesting to see what kind of a start they would get off to, given that they had a late arrival here to the Collins Arena, but boy, they look like they have fresh legs, enthusiastic to start, and they certainly look good on the offensive end of the floor.
Head coach James Stockton in his 2nd season for Sussex, trying to rebuild this program after a really tough season last year. They went 1-28. They are 3-9 this time around, 3-5 in conference play as Beon Wilson draws the foul underneath the basket. Certainly he has seen his team get off to a hot start. And then the side, of course, for Brookdale, head coach Paul Chizak in his 28th season as head coach. The team 5-5. 4 of those 5 losses this year were decided by 2 points or less. Beon Wilson hits the first attempt from the line. It's now 6-3, Sussex in front. 18:35 left here in the first half. Beon, the 6'7" freshman from Jersey City, New Jersey, hits them both. And that's been an area that Brookdale has struggled in this year, Brian. Foul line shooting has not been their strong suit as a team. They only shoot 52%.
Yeah, that goes for both the men's and women's. The free throw shooting hovering in the low 50s. Both teams have to do a lot better job in that department.
DeAndre Smith, as Sussex showing a little 2-3 zone here. Ozoje at the foul line. Jelani Carter from downtown rims out. And a rebound to Reldy Dursey, the sophomore all the way from Albania. Sussex leads by 2 minutes into the first half. A nice move made by Jones into the corner for Mendez. He nearly lost it. Somehow is able to pick it back up off of the floor. Shot clock down to 8 here for the Skylanders. Williams trying to go at Ozoji. And it's taken away here by Tyrese Bryant. Stealing it away from Jones. Bryant to Ozoji, and a slam dunk, and we're tied up at 6.
There were two things that stood out about Tuesday's game. I already mentioned one, which was the shot blocking. The other was the dunks. I mean, a couple alley-oops that they executed. Beon Wilson was in the middle of that. It was impressive to watch, and Brookdale with an early dunk here tonight.
Jones into the corner. Dursey for 3. He rattles it in. Reldi Dursey, I mentioned him a moment ago, the 6'6 sophomore from Albania, gives Sussex a 9-6 lead, approaching 3 minutes into the first half. Tyrese Bryant, who just had that steal a moment ago. Downstairs to Ozoji. He lost it, but Bryant's able to pick it back up. Beon Wilson hit the deck momentarily. Shot clock at 5. Bryant with 2 from the foul line, off the mark. Nice defensive effort there by Sussex. Ramir Grant giving it off to Tamir Williams, and a foul here. This will go against Jelani Carter, and it's Brookdale's first team foul, and the first on Carter. Here is Jones into the corner. Dursey, another 3. This one's off the mark, and a nice rebound there by Ozoji, who's coming off of a great performance on Tuesday night, had several blocks and rebounds in that game. A long 2 here for the freshman. Doesn't go, and this rebound is tracked down by Williams.
And he's a threat to shoot it from the outside, as he just tried right there. We've even seen him take a couple of 3s.
9-6, Sussex still in front. 16 minutes to go here in the first. Mendez, what a move to try to go right at Smith. Rejected, but the cleanup is there by Williams, who puts it in. And Sussex now leads 11-6. Brookdale going around the horn. Here's Bryant. Nowhere to go. Beon Wilson now back out to Smith. A long 3 off the heel.
You gotta like the ball movement on that possession, even though it doesn't lead to a basket. A good clean look from Smith.
Adam Kukai is getting ready to check in at the next buzzer for Brookdale. Dursey, another long jumper. This one is too strong, and a nice leaping rebound made by Tyrese Bryant. Brookdale still down by 5, 15 minutes left to go here in the first half. Beon Wilson, now back to Smith. Out to Jelani Carter, a 3 ball off the rim. Dursey, another board. And Sussex, a little sloppy there coming up the floor, but they do get it across the midcourt line. Jones, it's going to be a blocking foul here on Brookdale. This is going to be on DeAndre Smith. It's the first foul on Smith, and now the second team foul on Brookdale. I believe this will be 2 shots here for Tamir Williams.
And Williams got the basket, but the foul was called before the basket went in, as the officials are going to conference.
And the question is, was he in the act of shooting? And yes, they are going to say that he was in the act of shooting, even though that basket did go in, Brian, so I'm a little bit confused by that. It's a 2-shot foul for Williams. He hits the first. Sussex now pulls ahead 12-6, 14:35 left here in the first half. As Tyrese Bryant and DeAndre Smith check out of the game, Adam Kukai and Ian Felix, the Jersey Blues, now take their spot. And that one is missed badly there by Williams. A little too strong on the second attempt. It still remains a 6-point lead. Adam Kukai off the bench for a 3.
And how about the bullet feed from Jelani Carter, whipping it over to an open Kukai, who drills it from the outside.
12-9, Brookdale down by 3. Here's Williams again, doesn't get the roll, but it'll go to the line. 14-11 here in the first half against Sussex leads 12-9. And this will be the first foul on Alan Ozoji. As Williams, again, too strong on the first attempt. Tamir, the 6'5 freshman from Paterson, New Jersey, does a really nice job boxing out, has over 30 offensive rebounds this season. As he missed them both from the line, it still remains a 3-point advantage for the Skylanders. Kukai, another three. This one's off the mark. Long rebound to Grant. Interesting story about Ramir Grant. We'll get to that when we have a moment. Give and go to Williams inside the paint, and he lays it off the glass and in, and now Sussex continuing to increase their lead.
And they do a nice job moving the basketball. A team that has good chemistry on the offensive end of the floor.
Jelani Carter a long three. That's off the mark. Brookdale struggling from around the perimeter. Grant, a nice layup. (16-9), Sussex in front by 7. Ozoji, little contact there, no call. Williams, or excuse me, that was Wilson rather, trying to grab the rebound. He does. Shot clock did not reset. It's at 10. Ian Felix, a give and go to Ozoji, and that's a foul.
And I think Sussex is upset as James Stockton, the head coach, looking for an explanation because the whistle came late.
It was a late whistle, but nonetheless the first foul on Reldy Dursey, that's his first, and the second on the Skylanders. 13 minutes exactly left here in the first. Sussex leads 16-9. Now make that 16-10. As Alan Ozoji, the 6'8 freshman from Union, has done a great job this season, has struggled in some games offensively, but the last couple of games, Brian, he has been hot from around the floor. He's coming off of one of his best performances of the year, 10 points, 13 rebounds in that game against Salem on Tuesday night.
Yeah, he's been a big contributor of late after not starting the first couple of games, but since being inserted into the starting lineup, you could make the argument Ben Brookdale's best all-around player.
16-11, Sussex leads by 5 on the floor. Kukai comes up with it. Beyond Wilson to Clarence Celius, who just checked in. He doesn't get it to go, but another foul here. And who will this be on? Will it be on Sussex or Brookdale?
I think it's on Sussex. I thought you could have made the argument that Wilson went over the back there as he tried for that tip-in, but he gets the benefit of the doubt now at the line.
There's definitely a lot of contact that was on either side of the floor, and they will call it on Aleem Jones. That's his first. Ramir Grant checks out of the game. In for him, Brandon Kensela. And Wilson struggles from the foul line that time. Missed them both. 16-11. Sussex still leads by 5. 12:30 left here in the first half. Yeah, we are working through some technical issues tonight, so we do not have our score box working. We do apologize for that. Dursey at the top of the key, picked up his dribble, hands off to Williams, who goes right down the lane and lays it in with the left hand.
Sussex has had success on their drives to the basket. Once they get into that paint area, they have some explosive moves. Brookdale has yet to come up with the answers defensively.
12 minutes to go here in the first half. Sussex leads by 7. And a turnover there as Wilson was looking in the far corner for Mark Bruce, who just checked into the game. This is a team in Brookdale that struggles with turnovers, Brian. In fact, we were talking about that very thing to Coach Chizak before the game. 3 of the last 8 games, they have had 25 turnovers or more. They have reduced the amount of turnovers in the last couple of games, but it's been a weak point for them as Williams tips it in. Now a 9-point lead for Sussex.
Yeah, and he said his ideal number per game is right around 12, which he acknowledges is difficult to get to that mark, but nonetheless, that's what you shoot for.
Mark Bruce, who's not afraid to pull the trigger from 3. Wilson nearly tipped it to himself. Celius can't come up with it. And Sussex is able to clear it for another rebound. Sussex in front 20-11, 11 minutes left here in the first half. This is George Mendez, one of the starting 5. Jones straight on 3. Front rim no good. Felix with a burst of energy. And Bruce traveled. Demir Fitch will come in for Clarence Celius. Carlton Sears also checks into the game on the side for Sussex. He checks in for Tamir Williams. Both teams with a very large bench, and we expect to see quite a bit of substitutions tonight. Bruce knocks it out of bounds. Coach Chizak there will give him an assist to try to keep it in play. That won't count. He found his shoes tonight, though. We were talking to him before the game. Coach Chizak very, as always, impeccably dressed on these sidelines.
Where were they?
It's a good question. I don't know. Was not on my pregame checklist of questions I wanted to ask Chizak. Another deflection there, and Brookdale comes up with it, down by 9. Felix over to Fitch to the paint. Nearly a foul there as it was Mendez who hit the deck, no call. Kukai splits to the defense and is fouled. So 20-11 again. Sussex still leads by 9. 10-19 left here in the first half. And now the fouls slowly starting to add up here for Sussex, as this is the first foul on Carlton Sears. As Kukai not able to hit the first attempt from the line.
Kukai, one of only 2 Jersey Blues who averages double-figure scoring. Is normally you look at the Brookdale roster and they just have so much depth, so many players who contribute on the offensive end. There's not a lot on this year's team who are giving them real productivity in the scoring department.
1 out of 2 from the line for Kukai. 20-12. Sussex leads by 8. Halfway through the first half on the base. No, a block instead on Brookdale. It looked like Kensela was on the baseline, but the officials will say it's a block. Our officials this evening, Dick Hecker, DeJuan Jones, and Joe Brescia. Jones into Sears. A nice little hook shot in the lane, and Sussex now back up to a 10-point lead. It was the first foul on Demir Fitch, by the way, on that last time down the floor. Kukai to Felix, foul line jumper, rolls off the rim.
Kind of hot potato that time, quick passing. Felix tries to pull up jumper, and Brookdale's gone a bit cold from the floor.
Jelani Carter will check in for Brookdale at the next buzzer. Nearly a backcourt violation, and it will be a turnover here on the Skylanders. 9:22 left here in the first half. Sussex 22, Brookdale 12. Jelani Carter does come in for Mark Bruce. Reldy Dursey also has checked out of the game, and I'm looking to see who came in for him. I believe it's Ramir Grant. Kukai give and go to Bryant, drives to the rim and lays it in. Nice little give and go, freshman to freshman, and Brookdale is within 8.
Kukai's one of those cut and slashers. He does a good job getting to the basket, has good moves as he gets to the bucket on his drives.
Felix, a quick steal and a quick layup at the other end. The mini 4-0 run for Brookdale and a timeout by James Stockton. It's a 30-second quick timeout with 8:59 left here in the first half. Sussex 22, Brookdale 16. We'll remind you, coming up on January 4th and 5th, the Shore Classic Showcase will take here at Brookdale Community College here inside the Collins Arena. Some very big-name high school basketball programs squaring off in a 2-day tournament. some of the best teams in the state. Teams such as CBA, St. Joe's of Metuchen, Old Bridge, Wall High School, Mater Dei Prep, Irvington, Don Bosco Prep, Rutgers Prep, Petty School. So many, a long list of them, 20 to be exact. That'll all be scoring off in a 2-day tournament that Brookdale is very proud to be hosting this year. General admission tickets are $15, reserve tickets are $30. And you can find more information by going online to shoreclassicshowcase.com. Brookdale riding a little bit of momentum here and a 4-0 run. That's a miss from Grant from the corner. Kukai is bumped out of bounds, no call, and Kensela comes up with the rebound for Sussex. Nice bounce pass inside to Mendez, who puts it in. 24-16, 8:30 here to go in the first half. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Jelani Carter. Wow.
Carter looking back as though they can't believe it. I mean, did they just assess a technical foul there? No.
I think that's just a warning, but it was a questionable call on the court.
It did not look like Carter did anything that warranted a foul being called.
And that's his second personal. It's now a foul here away from the ball. And this is going to go on Sussex.
Things are getting a little chippy here all of a sudden.
David Mobley, the one that picks up the personal. That's his first and the team's fifth. 24-16, Sussex leads by 8. 8 minutes left to go here in the first half. Another miss there for Brookdale. And here is Sears, another turnover. Felix the other way, the layup is good. And Brookdale now trying to go to a full court press man-to-man to try to force a turnover here. They are within 6. 24-18. Look at the speed from Jones there going to the rim, and he draws the foul. Another late whistle. We'll check the number and see who this is on. This is going to be on Ian Felix, who just hit that layup. That's his first. And now the 6th team foul for Brookdale. So Aleem Jones, the 5'8 freshman from Patterson, averages around 7 points a game. Has over 50 assists this year on the season, which if you're keeping score at home is within the top 60 nationally in Division III NJCAA play. So a very talented player on the side for James Stockton's squad. He missed the first attempt from the line though. Missed the second. And a foul on Sussex here, over the back. This is on Ramir Grant. That's his second personal. So resetting things for you, 7:45 left here in the first. Sussex in the dark blue uniforms, 24. Brookdale in the home whites, 18. 2-3 zone being shown here by the Skylanders. Kukai, a 3 from the other side of the court, and he nails that one as well. 2 threes for Adam Kukai, and Brookdale is within 3.
And he's showing off why he's one of 2 Brookdale players who averages double-figure scoring, leading the way in this first half.
Shoots 38% from behind the arc this season. Kenselar tries to answer. Nobody boxed out or tried to grab the rebound, and it goes off of Wilson out of bounds. Everyone was looking at that ball bounce off of the rim, and it went off of Beon Wilson. Demir Fitz checks out of the game. Alan Ozoji comes in for him. Grant, a tough shot. Nice rebound by Adam Kukai. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Brookdale down by 3. Kukai again, not this time. Dursey the rebound. It's been a very fast-moving first half. lot of high-tempo offense. Sussex and Brookdale always seem to play each other pretty close. Dursey in the corner, squares up for a three, and he nails it. The big man not afraid to shoot the three. He shoots 41% from behind the arc, and Sussex back up to a 6-point lead. Foul here on Sussex. This will be on Brandon Kensela.
And Dursey's now made a three from each corner, and to have that shooting ability at his size makes him a tough guy to match up against defensively.
So it's the first foul on Kensela, and because that's his, well, I should say because it's his team's 7th foul, that puts Tyrese Bryant, the one who was fouled at the line. He hits the first. Bryant, the 6-foot freshman from Matawan. Recruit from Raritan High School, has a season high of 9 points, which came earlier this year in a 2-point loss to Cumberland on December the 5th. He nails them both, 27-23, 6:21 to play here in the first half. Brookdale trails by 4. Jones now over to Mendez. Brookdale in a man-to-man defense. Mendez double teamed for a moment. Grant to the rim over Ozoji, not able to get that one to go. And Brookdale now brings it up the floor. Stolen away here by Jones. We mentioned the turnovers, Brian, earlier on in the first half. Another costly turnover there. Sussex now can take their time in this possession and work for a good shot. Long three there by Grant. Too strong. And thrown away there as Felix and Bryant weren't quite on the same page. Dave Calloway will check in for Brookdale. First time we've seen him tonight. Kukai comes out.
And look out if you're sitting in that front row as that one spectator is ball flying at you.
All that I'm going to say is I'm happy that we're up here because I can't tell you how many times I've done games by the scores table and that ball has come flying right at my head. Never fails, never fails.
Oh, yeah.
Nice jumper there by George Mendez, and Sussex now increases their lead 29-23. 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Wow, I thought Calloway may have traveled there right in the top of the key. Felix on the drive, goes baseline, high off the window, no. But Ozoji there with the rebound.
Nice job by Ozoji cleaning up the initial miss and all-in-one motion going back up for the bucket.
29-25, Sussex leads by 4. Rejected there. James had his shot blocked. Beyond Wilson ahead of the defense. The reverse layup rolls off the rim. No. Who touched it last? It'll stay here with Brookdale.
Wilson trying for the acrobatic reverse layup. It was a nicely done fast break. Did everything right but the basket. Now Brookdale will try to get something going here with a second opportunity.
They trail by 4. Shot clock is at 18. A lob for Wilson. He wasn't ready for it. And no, it was last touched by Sussex. Lucky break there, as that was going to be an easy turnover. Shot clock still at 18. Calloway being guarded tightly by Jones. Bounce pass to Ozoji. He's double teamed. Back out Calloway. Shot clock at 6. Ozoji goes hard up to the rim. +2 and the foul for Alan Ozoji.
Nice job by the two. Just high five there, Calloway and Ozoji. Ozoji getting it back on a repost, initiating the contact, working hard down in that painted area, and a chance for 3.
Can hit the attempt from the line. 29-27. Brookdale down by 2. 4:15 to play here in the first half. It's been a good one here in the Collins Arena. We're glad you're joining us here on Brookdale TV with the rest of our crew, and alongside my broadcast partner Brian Goudsword, I am Tim Catalfamo. Sussex 3-9 on the year, looking for their 4th win. It would be a huge one if they could pull up an upset tonight, as a nice move to get inside the paint by Raymir Grant, and he puts it in for 2. 31-27 now, Sussex in front. Callaway going around the horn to Felix. Back to Dave Callaway. Alley-oop lob for Wilson and the throwdown.
I mean, just a gorgeous alley-oop from Callaway, and Wilson playing way above the rim. He has become #1 executing the receiving end of those alley-oops.
31-29, Brookdale down by 2. Dursey a 3, and that is an air ball. So with 3:15 remaining here in the first half, crowd in the Collins Arena starting to come alive. Brookdale trails by 2. They can take the lead on this possession if they hit a 3. Wilson in the corner. Now to Callaway. He'll take the 3, and he hits. Dave Callaway gives Brookdale a 1-point lead. (32-31). Jones, dangerous lob into Williams, and he lost it out of bounds.
Well, there's certain points in a game where you sense the momentum changing, and it started for Brookdale really before that alley-oop, but that kind of got the crowd into things, and Dave Callaway chips in with a 3, and Brookdale has it working now, operating with a lead.
So it's Callaway, Felix, Ozoji, Bryant, and Wilson on the floor for the Jersey Blues. Sussex remains in a 2-3 zone defense. It's Jones, Mendez, Dursey, Williams, and Kensela, who just checked in. Wilson going at Kensela along the block, tips it up and in. 34-31, Brookdale has a 3-point lead, 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Kensela, ball fake. Now to Williams. Mendez nowhere to go. Dursey takes the 3 for the tie. That's way off the mark, and the rebound to Ian Felix. Felix better be careful, doesn't go back court here. He gets it across the timing line. Bounce pass in transition to Ozoji, and the layup is good. And a full timeout going to be taken on the floor by James Stockton, as what was at one point a big lead for Sussex has all but evaporated, and Brookdale now leads by 5 with 1:43 left here in the first half, 36-31. We'll take it with them here on Brookdale TV. Brookdale in front over the Skylanders. Coming back in 3, 2, 1. And we're back inside the Robert J. Collins Arena. 1:43 to play here in the first half. Brookdale leads 36-31 over the Sussex County Skylanders, led by James Stockton in his second season as head coach, trying to shake off a very tough season last year when they went 1-28. They've got some signature wins this year, the Skylanders do, over teams such as Bergen, Atlantic Cape, and Union County. They took the Owls to a overtime victory earlier this year, but they've got some work to do after getting out to an early lead on Brookdale. Out of that timeout, Dursey trying to set something up here for the Skylanders. Mendez, a floater along the baseline, doesn't hit the rim. Shot clock does not reset, and it's scooped up here by Tyrese Bryan, who flips it over to Ian Felix. Wilson had to save it from going out of play, and now here comes Kensela, but it's poked away from him by Bryant. And there's a turnover there as Felix and Ozoji were not on the same page. 59 seconds left to go here in the first. Felix checks out of the game as DeAndre Smith, one of the starting 5, is back on the floor for Brookdale. Jones to Mendez. And he traveled. 36-31, Brookdale in front. Again, we're having difficulty with our score box tonight, so that's why we're giving you the time and score radio style. 40 seconds left to go in the half. Another lob, this time Callaway and Wilson can't connect.
That went a little too high.
Into the corner, Mendez chucks up a 3, and he hits it, falling down. And a timeout taken by Coach Chizak. Not very good transition defense. With 28 seconds left to go in the first, Brookdale leads 36-34. So it gives us a chance to talk about Coach Chizak and company on the side for the Jersey Blues. 28th season as head coach, over 500 wins here at Brookdale for Coach Chizak. 2 NJCAA titles, Brian, in 2013 and 2018. And it always seems like every time we come here to do games, and this is our 4th season doing games together, Brookdale always seems to have, regardless of what season they're having, regardless of what type of players they have on the floor, they always seem to have a very good team. And I think you can attribute that to not only a great head coach, but a great coaching staff on the side for the Jersey Blues.
Yeah, they really do. And the other thing that's consistent about Brookdale is year in and year out, the players change, but the identity of the team, what Paul Chizak wants to do, stays the same as far as how they play the game of basketball. Very up-tempo. You know, when they get steals, they push the ball in transition. They're very good at finishing. And like I said, it doesn't matter what personnel is on the floor. That's just a staple. That's the system that's in place, that's been set by Paul Chizak all these years, and it's worked out extremely well.
Shot clock is turned off. Brookdale has a 2-point lead. They can hold for the final shot if they choose to. Skylanders have remained in a 2-3 zone for much of this first half. DeAndre Smith just watching the clock wind down here. Top of the Brookdale emblem. Smith picked up his dribble. Bryant with 4 to shoot, off the rim and in. And that will end the first half. Sussex is not going to get a shot off. That almost went in. Jones would not have counted, but hey, nice effort. 38-34. Brookdale leads after 1 half of play. And, you know, Brian, a pretty good effort on the side for Sussex. They definitely have a lot of talent, and they're doing a very nice job. But towards the end of that first half, Brookdale went on a run. They take the lead, and they have a 4-point lead at the end of 1 half of play. Yeah,
they do. And, you know, for Sussex, you look at the record coming in, you say, oh, they're 3-9, they're not going to be able to compete. But early on, they set the tone that they do belong on the floor with Brookdale. Had the lead for most of the first half, and then Brookdale kind of turned on the jets, got things going in transition, hit a couple of threes, and able to turn the game in their favor. But I think this is going to be one that Brookdale has to sweat out until the end. Second half should be interesting. Very talented team in Sussex at 3-9 on the year. Do not sleep on the Skylanders. They'll be back in the second half. When we come back, Brookdale leads 38-34 on BTV. Second half of action just about to get underway here in the Collins Arena. Here on Brookdale TV tonight, Brookdale and Sussex in a doubleheader. The Sussex Skylanders women's basketball team was victorious earlier this evening against Brookdale. The men's basketball team trying to do the same. They're in a little bit of a hole right now, down 38-34 to the Jersey Blues. Alongside Brian Goudsworth, I am Tim Kettlefam with the rest of our BTV crew here tonight. And Sussex led for the majority of the first half, Brian, but in the late stages of the first, Brookdale went on a run. They took the lead and have been in command ever since. Yeah, and it started with that alley-oop to be on Wilson. They then tried to connect on another one. The pass was well too high, but those kind of plays give this team energy, and once they started to play their game, they got the score in their favor.
Brookdale starts the second half with Beon Wilson, Alan Ozoji, Jelani Carter, Tyrese Bryant, and DeAndre Smith. Whereas Sussex is on the floor to start the second half with Aleem Jones, Raymir Grant, Tamir Williams, Reldy Dursey, and George Mendez, as Beon Wilson is able to hit the first attempt from the line. The foul, by the way, was on Tamir Williams. That's his second. So 9 seconds into the second half, Brookdale leads 39-34, make it 40-34. Wilson, the freshman from Jersey City, comes over from William L. Dickerson High School, I should say. 296 career points over there, 22 steals, and 17 blocks in his senior season. So a very highly regarded recruit for Coach Chizak, and his size alone is impressive, 6'7" on the floor. Nice inbounds play, Tamir Williams an easy 2, and now it's 40-36, Sussex down by 4. Skylanders remaining in a 2-3 zone here. Here's Tyrese Bryant going baseline. Jelani Carter may have taken an extra step, no call. Wilson with some contact, no. Carter again has it rejected by Dursey, and a jump ball is called. It goes to Sussex. .19-14 here in the second half to play. Again, Brookdale leads 40-36. Here's Jones. Mendez, a long floater. Rebound Wilson. Smith to Ozoji at the foul line. Now back out Beon Wilson, who has it poked away from behind, but it's last touched, the officials say, by Brookdale, and now they make the correction. It was poked out of bounds by Jones.
I guess all it takes is the bench to erupt, and that gets the official to change the call.
Carter, a pull-up jumper is good. Nice soft touch by Jelani Carter, and Brookdale now leads by 6, 42-36. 18:40 left here in the second half.
Carter, probably the best all-around shooter that Brookdale has. You know his skills from behind the line, that time mid-range.
Averages around 13 points a game. Beautiful behind-the-back pass from Jones to Mendez, but he cannot put it in. And a look at Wilson getting fancy. Ozoji, the jumper from the left elbow.
He really did get fancy. Behind the back dish to Ozoji, who's very comfortable shooting the ball from that distance, and that was a good-looking play.
44-36, Brookdale leads by 8. 2 minutes gone by here in the second half. Spinning his way into the lane, blocked by Ozoji, but a foul. That was Grant, who got great position. And the Brookdale bench not happy with that call, but it'll be 2 shots for Raymir Grant.
It was a beautiful move by Grant, but Ozoji looked like he got all ball on that. I don't think there should have been a foul called. Paul Chizek is incensed about it.
It's the second foul on Ozoji, as Grant can't get the first attempt from the line to go. The 6'3" freshman from Hackensack, New Jersey, ironically enough, is the cousin of Brookdale star Jameek Moore, who was in the building tonight, a star from a couple of seasons ago, was on that national title winning team back in 2018.
Yeah, it was the leading scorer for that team. He was fun to watch, as we remember.
Still an 8-point lead for the Jersey Blues. Ozoji has it stripped. Mendez picks it up the deck, goes to the rim, 1-on-2, and he makes it good. What a play by George Mendez, with some speed there for the 5'9" sophomore. And another steal, but this time a foul. A late whistle there by Dick Hecker, and this will be on Mendez. Second team foul and the first on George. 17:29 left here in the second half. Brookdale leads 44-38. Score box is not working. We have one camera here. And Brian and I, even though you haven't seen us on camera tonight, we can assure you are here and ready to go along with the rest of our crew. This is a game that was a makeup game from a snow out earlier this year in the month of December. Shot clock is down to 10. Smith picked up his dribble. Carter from downtown. Tipped up and out of bounds. It'll be a shot clock violation, whichever came first.
Ooh. An inadvertent elbow Bryant on DeAndre Smith there.
Wow, and they're going to say this is Brookdale ball.
And Sussex doesn't believe that's correct.
I thought the shot clock expired, Brian, quite honestly, before that ball went out of bounds. I think it should have been a shot clock violation, but Jersey Blues will keep it here. And now Wilson, or rather Smith, is called for steps.
Now that might be a makeup call from the previous miscue by the officials, because I didn't see much there, and it certainly appeared it should have been Sussex ball after the shot clock expired.
Skylanders trail by 6, 44-38. 3 minutes into the second half. Here's Dursey. Downstairs, the feed goes to Williams. Williams again, blocked away, but another foul here on Ozoji.
I don't know how many times it appears that Ozoji gets all ball, and yet he gets called on fouls. That's number 3 now, and probably only one that's actually warranted.
And it's a big foul because, as you mentioned, Brian, that is his 3rd foul. Team foul number 2 as Williams, nothing but net on the first attempt from the line. And Demir Fitch will come in for Alan Ozoji, who had a great game the other night against Salem. 10 points, 13 rebounds, had several blocks in that game along with his teammate Beon Wilson. They were literally all over the place in that game Tuesday night. But he picks up his 3rd foul and is on the bench. 44-39, Brookdale leads by 5. 16:30 left here in the second. Nice feed from Fitch to Wilson, and he puts it in. 46-39, Brookdale in front. Turnaround shot for Williams. That's way off the mark, and a rebound to Fitch. Looks like Williams may have rushed that shot just a little bit. Carter going baseline to the rim, rolls in.
Great move and a good job by Celius, who was tempted to try to throw that one back down, but it was on the rim, so it would have negated the basket, and a nice move by Carter.
Brookdale now their largest lead of 9, 48-39. 15:45 to play. Mendez straight on 3. Front rim, no good. Brookdale looking to push. Carter, catch and shoot 3. Off the mark. As Bryan hit the deck in the background. No look pass to Mendez in transition. High off the window. That one doesn't drop. Kept alive here by Sears. Dursey for 3. All money from the corner. Reldy Dursey.
You can't allow Dursey that much airspace. He has shown that he will burn you if given the opportunity to shoot the 3. And it's a good-looking jump shot.
Mentioned earlier, 41% shooter from behind the arc. And it's a 6-point lead for the Jersey Blues. Carter can't get the tip in to go. He was looking for a foul. 5 minutes into the second half, running the length of the floor. Here is Jones. Can't get it to go, but Williams is there for the easy 2 after the rebound. And just like that, Sussex on a mini 5-0 run has clawed their way back into the game, down 48-44. Wilson right at Williams. A tough shot off the glass is good.
Wilson did well to position himself down on that low block where he has the height advantage. He's kind of an in-between because for a guard, he gives you that extra size which enables him to excel in the post.
And this is going to be a foul here on Beon Wilson as he ran right into Carlton Sears. We'll check the number on Beon. It's his first, so he'll remain in the game. Tyrese Bryant along with Jelani Carter come out. Mark Bruce and Adam Kukai, who really hasn't played that much this evening. I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen more out of Kukai tonight. He had those 2 threes earlier in the first half. Tamir Williams and George Mendez check out of the game. This is Raymere Grant, who's on the floor, along with a new player, Kevin Treville. We have not seen him all evening long. He's now on the floor for Sussex. That's touched out of bounds. It'll stay here, Brookdale ball. They lead 50-44. 14:05 to play. As another substitution, DeAndre Smith will check out of the game for Brookdale. Ian Felix, who inbounds, is in. Shot clock at 5. Kukai with the drive to the rim. Tough shot, doesn't go. Jones bringing it up the floor for the Skylanders, and a whistle. I think this is going to be on Adam Kukai, who ran into the back of Jones. Clearly a foul, but I think the issue is that's a very late whistle there, Brian. I think that's why the Brookdale bench is not happy.
Yeah, and we've seen that a couple of times, the officials late to make the call, and that always gets under the skin of the team that the call goes against.
2-3 zone for the Jersey Blues. That was Kukai's first personal and the team's fourth. Oh, nearly taken away there by Felix on the ground, fighting with Treville, and Sears comes up with it, but a foul here away from the ball.
Another late whistle.
This is a foul that occurred away from the ball between Kevin Treville and Ian Felix, and this is going to go on Treville. That's his first. They were on the ground wrestling with each other after the ball had come free, and they hit Treville with his first foul. So 13 minutes left to play here in the first half. Brookdale still leads by 6. Kukai nowhere to go with the ball. Here's Fitch. Outside to Bruce. Right elbow jumper is good.
And that's his game. He likes to step into that 10-15 foot range from the elbow area. That's where Mark Bruce can do his damage, on display there.
It's back up to an 8-point lead for Brookdale, 52-44. Dursey over to Grant, now back to Dursey, another 3. This one bounces around a couple times. Bruce comes down with the rebound and then is fouled from behind as he went over Kevin Treville. Wrong place, wrong time for Treville to be in. That's going to be his second personal foul and the team's fourth.
Yeah, the two of them kind of got tangled up there, and Treville the one who picks up the personal foul.
12:32 to play here in the second. Again, Brookdale leads 52-44. Officials just giving an explanation to Coach Chizak. It's Kukai, Felix, Wilson, Fitch, and Bruce on the floor for the Jersey Blues. Jones, Grant, Treville, Sears, and Dursey for the Skylanders. Bruce left open for a 3, and he's not afraid to take those. That one's off the mark. Grant nearly put it on the floor. Nice give and go in the lane, and Treville gets on the board with a nice 2. 52-46, Brookdale by 6. Wilson double team, nice feed inside to Fitch, and he lays it in.
Yeah, really nice ball movement, good spacing. Fitch the beneficiary after he collects the pass and goes up for the bucket.
Under 12 minutes to play, Brookdale back up to an 8-point lead, 54-46. Dursey posting up. Actually, it looked like he was going to post up in the paint. Now he's back out along the perimeter. Grant, who touched it last, it's Brookdale ball. Brandon Kensela checks back into the game as Kevin Treville, who's had a rough couple of minutes. He picked up 2 personal fouls. He did get 1 bucket underneath the basket to go, but hasn't been a very productive couple of minutes, and he comes out of the game. Another substitution here for the Skylanders as Aleem Jones checks out and George Mendez is back in. Skylanders down by 8. Kinsella. Looking to figure out where he wants to throw it in the 2-3 zone defense. Dursey along the baseline. Nice pass over to his teammate Grant, and he's fouled. Sussex was finally able to get something inside the paint. They had struggled with that the last couple times down the floor. And it's now Ramir Grant. Rimming out in the first attempt from the line, usually an excellent foul line shooter. Shoots around 79% from the floor. Had 19 points earlier this year against Ocean on November the 16th. And as I mentioned earlier, the cousin of Brookdale All-Star, Jameek Moore. 54-47. Brookdale in front, under 11 minutes left to play here in the second half. Bruce. Over to Ian Felix. Now back to Bruce. From downtown, rims out. But a long rebound. Brookdale's able to keep it here. Alley-oop attempt for Wilson is short. And now ahead of the defense, Grant has it rejected by Adam Kukai.
Oh my goodness, what a play as the Brookdale bench can only stand and applaud at that effort. Getting back in transition, denying what appeared to be an uncontested layup on the fast break. That was outstanding.
Mendez. Grant. Now to Dursey, nearly lost it there. Three from the corner, partially blocked. That was Fitch. Kept alive here, and Kinsella puts it in off the window.
That was just a great job by Sussex of staying with it, and a nice passing leads to the easy two.
Kukai, that one's short from the left arc. 54-49, Sussex down by 5 in transition. It's going to be a block on Ian Felix, rather. As that was Ramir Grant charging hard to the rack. Actually, pardon me, that's Tamir Williams instead. And it's the second foul on Ian Felix. So Tamir Williams at the foul line right now, 6'5" freshman from Patterson, averages around 14 points a game. Really good shooter in the post area. Had a nice effort against Bergen earlier this year, one of the signature wins that Sussex has had. He put up 21 points in that match. But he can't make either one from the foul line, and it remains a 54-49 lead for the Jersey Blues. 9:45 left here in the second. Callaway, who had that three earlier in the first half. Fitch downstairs, a nice layup. Demir Fitch, one of those players that quietly contributes inside, only averages around 5 points a game, but a very talented freshman from Hoboken.
And another player who contributes on the quiet side is Dave Callaway. He really does a good job passing the ball, finding teammates.
Mendez steps into a long two and drains it. 56-51. Felix, thought about a three. Now over to Callaway. 15 to shoot. Wilson, backdoor, a two-hand slam.
Beyond Wilson likes to rock the rim, doesn't he?
58-51, under 9 minutes to play here in the second. Brookdale in front by 7. Williams turning around on Wilson. Rebound Bruce. Tell you what, Mark Bruce has seen a lot of action tonight. Look at Ian Felix. They're going to wave the shot off as he was on his way to the rim. He got fouled at the foul line. This, I believe, is going to be on Ramir Grant.
I'll tell you, that looks like a case where he should have been given the benefit of continuation. I mean, there was not much time separating the foul and when he released that shot.
It's the third on Grant. Look at Callaway, a beautiful move, but he cannot finish, and now a foul here as Wilson and Sears get tangled up after the rebound. And that's the third foul now on Beon Wilson. Mark Bruce, I was just talking about him a moment ago, seeing a lot of action tonight. He just checked out of the game. Jelani Carter has come in. And because now that's the 7th team foul on Brookdale, this will be a 1-on-1 shot for Carlton Sears. Sears, one of those players that comes off of the bench, but when he's on the floor, according to the stat book, he shoots an impressive 59% from around the floor. Felix in transition. Carter, no. Was tapped up there by Wilson. Callaway keeps alive. A no-look pass to Beon Wilson. What a play.
I think I mentioned a few moments ago how gifted a passer Dave Callaway is, never more on display there. A beautiful no-look pass.
60-51. Brookdale in front by 9. 7:58 to play. And head coach James Stockton in his second season will call a timeout. Talked about James Stockton earlier on in the game. He played at the JUCO level at Ocean County College. He was a member of the Vikings as a player, and then was later tapped to be an assistant coach for 5 seasons before being named the head coach at Sussex County College. And as I mentioned earlier, he's looking to try to turn the program around after having a 1-28 season last year. But one thing that is interesting, and I was talking to him before the game, is Sussex has now brought in one of the more highly regarded coaches around the high school basketball level, really in all types of basketball in the state of New Jersey, Hank Johnson, who has just joined the men's basketball staff, the coaching staff this year on the side for Sussex, has over 15 years of coaching experience at college, high school level, and middle school level, and he recently came over from Sussex. Before he came to Sussex, he was serving as the head coach for the Piscataway High School junior varsity team, leading them to 2 straight junior varsity championships. He also served as an assistant coach at Georgian Court University, men's basketball program, 4-year school down in Lakewood, New Jersey. And like I said, a very well-regarded recruit, and you can see the impact that he, along with James Stockton, have had on this team, a much improved team from last year. They still have some work to do, though, down by 9. Dursey with the shot clock at 6. Sears a long 3. Left it short. And if you're Brookdale, Brian, you can take a little bit of time here on these possessions. You don't want to leave too much time on the clock for Sussex to make a run.
Yeah, that's what they're doing here, taking the clock down. They'll retain possession. You work with a 9-point lead. This is that point in the game where you can milk the clock as much as possible, leave Sussex with as few opportunities as possible.
14 on the shot clock, 7:17 on the game clock, and a whistle here as everyone was not set. Felix, a nice pass in the Fitch. Nobody was around him as a collapse there on defense for the Skylanders, and Brookdale now their largest lead of 11, 62-51, 7 minutes to play. Mendez tries to answer, falling down. That one doesn't go. Carter, another rebound. Felix threw it right in the mouth of Demir Fitch, and it bounces off of his chin out of bounds. Puts an emphasis on taking one for the team there. Miscommunication there, and fortunately a turnover. Mendez is on the bench for Ocean as Brandon Kensela has checked back into the game. Another foul here with 6:47 to play. Gel leading 62-51. Aleem Jones It's the first attempt from the line. Had 19 points earlier this year against Cumberland. Foul, by the way, was on Dave Calloway. That's his first. And the 8th team foul. Those shots from Jones at the foul line brings Sussex to within 9. 62-53. Calloway looking to go somewhere with it. Guarded by Kensela, squares up for a 3, left it short. Nice little pass in transition there to Sears, and he lost it. Fitch to Felix. The layup is good. In transition.
Brookdale taking advantage of having the numbers there. 3-on-1. Felix got ahead of the floor, ahead of everybody, and makes the layup.
Back up to an 11-point advantage for the Jersey Blues. 64-53. A kickball here. No, actually, I believe well, let's check this. I thought it was a kickball.
I think it's a kickball.
So not a foul on the floor. 6:02 to play here in the second. Sussex starting to slowly run out of time. And a foul here on the paint as Jones bodies up with Alan Ozoji. And we'll check the number on Ozoji. Alan had fallen into foul trouble in the first half, and that is the 4th on the 6'8 freshman. So not a timely foul. And Jones again at the foul line.
Brookdale has 19 fouls now, so it's a situation where Sussex could be in the double bonus for about 5 minutes or so remaining.
And consequently, on the other side for Sussex, they only have 5, so they're 2 away from the bonus. They have a couple fouls to give. Jones' second attempt from the line is good. It's a team in Sussex that only shoots around 62% as a whole. They trail by 9. 5:50 to play. Brookdale in front, 64-55. Felix. And Jelani Carter. Ooh, nearly a steal there. Nice anticipation by Jones. Felix to the rim. Fitch is hit after getting the rebound. It's a foul on the floor, non-shooting foul, charged to Ramir Grant. That's his 4th. Shot clock at 10. Fitch with a cutting move in the paint. Tried the hook around shot. He left it short. Calloway still fighting for it. Went up and drew the foul.
Aleem Jones didn't think so. He thought he got all basketball and no part of Calloway, but the officials begged to differ, and Calloway at the line.
And so much for fouls to give on the Sussex County side. They now have 17 fouls. And Tamir Williams with his 3rd personal. Ramir Grant, who had 4 personal fouls, checks out of the game. George Mendez in for him. He takes his spot right next to Dave Calloway at the foul line. Can't get the second attempt to go, I should say. 65-55. Brookdale leads by 10. 5 minutes to play. Here's Jones in transition. No. Kept alive here by the Skylanders. Kensela tried to dump it inside to Williams. It'll stay here. And Adam Kukai now comes back into the game as Dave Calloway trots back to the bench. It's Wilson, Fitch, Carter, Felix, and Kukai on the floor. Kensela for 3 off the back iron. Kensela thought about another 3 from the right wing. Now goes into the paint. Weak pass over to Williams. Williams is able to corral it. Shot clock at 8. Sussex here down by 10. Shot clock at 4. Jones to Kensela. Blocked by Carter. Nice defense there by the Jersey Blues, taking it all the way down to the last couple of seconds of the shot clock. Carter from behind the arc. Can't hit. It's Mendez, Sears, Kinsella, Jones, and Williams on the floor as Jones nails a three right in front of James Stockton. 65-58. Brookdale with the advantage, 4 minutes to play. Wilson taking his time, tried to go up with it a second time, can't convert. Mendez, the lead for Jones, and he'll have to pull it back. He wasn't able to corral it. Sears with the layup.
All of a sudden, a little momentum switch as Sussex is on a 5-0 spurt here, and suddenly the Brookdale lead down to 5.
65-60, and Coach Chizak recognizing that takes a timeout with 3:34 left here in the second. 3:30 to play, Brookdale up by 5. And they can take their time on this possession, but they still got to come away with some points here because Sussex is on a mini 5-0 run. Carter had it blocked. And now here comes Sussex down the floor with Jones to the rim, kicks it out to Mendez, extra pass, Dursey for three, left it short, and Kukai able to scoop it up off the deck. Fitch to the rim, off the window, no. Mendez the board. Mendez going all the way, Wilson from behind rejects it.
Jersey Blues have done a pretty good job getting back in transition on defense, getting their hands on a number of shots, not allowing any easy looks.
2:53 to play, Brookdale leads 65-60. Mendez looking to inbound. Oh, nearly a steal there for Adam Kukai. And that one is thrown away by Jones.
You can hear James Stockton say that's a very tough pass to catch. You can hear it from all the way up here.
Yeah, a little bit too much emphasis on that pass there from Jones. Not a timely turnover there for Sussex. 2:30 to play. Brookdale still leads 65-60. Felix on the drive. Now back out to Carter. Shot clock is at 7. Felix splits the zone. It'll stay here with 3 on the shot clock. Ozoji, who's got 4 personal fouls, is on the floor as Demir Fitch checks out. 3 to shoot here for Brookdale. Kukai catch and fire. That one's off the rim and it doesn't go. How many more opportunities does Sussex have left?
Now, Brookdale has left the door open that Sussex, if they can make a couple of possessions here, they could tie this game up. It's far from over.
Jones, Mendez, the 3, short. Felix, the lead up to Wilson. And wisely, Beon will back it out. Brookdale still going to try to use up some clock here, but they got to come away with some points here, Brian. They've been scoreless the last several minutes. Under 2 minutes to play. Minute 41 to be exact, out of bounds, last touched by Sussex. Carlton Sears checks out for Raymir Grant. He's playing with 4 personal fouls. Felix. And that's a block going to be called on Sussex. As that looks like that is Aleem Jones, a little slow to get up after getting hit by Felix. It's only Jones's 2nd foul, but the 8th team foul on Sussex. A minute 36 to play. Brookdale leading 65-60. 1-1 for Felix, doesn't go, and another foul here. And if this is on Raymir Grant, that might be it for him. Not sure if it is. It's either going to be on Grant or Jones. Actually, scratch that totally. It's on Tamir Williams. That's his 4th, though. So Williams and Grant both playing with 4 fouls as Kukai hits the first of a 1-and-1. 66-60. Minute 35 left here in the second. Kukai, the 6'1 freshman from Staten Island. Foul shots have not been his strong suit, only shooting 59%, but he makes them both. It's a 7-point lead 95 seconds to go, and Felix picks up a foul at midcourt.
I was just about to say, the thing you want if you're Brookdale right now is to not foul, because you have a 7-point lead, there's a minute and a half remaining, and right on cue, a foul, a silly one albeit that, near midcourt, and leads to a free throw opportunity for the Skylanders.
And now that puts Brookdale in the double bonus. So 2 foul shots the rest of the way for Sussex. It's the 3rd foul on Ian Felix. First attempt from the line by Jones. It is good. 67-61. Brookdale leads by 6. Minute 34 to play. Zoji is back on the bench. DeAndre Smith in for Brookdale. So Jones makes them both from the line. It's a 5-point game, 67-62, with a minute 34 to play here in the Collins Arena. Brookdale in front by 5. We'll see if they can pull it out here on Brookdale TV when we come back. Back here on BTV, Brookdale leads 67-62 over the Sussex County Skylanders. The men trying to get their 6th win of the year. For Sussex, they're trying to pull out an upset tonight on the road and get their 4th W of the season. Alongside Brian Gounswood, I am Tim Catalfamo. A minute 34 to play. Felix brings it up midcourt. Now over to Carter, catch and shoot. Off the back rim, doesn't fall. Brookdale continuing to struggle around the perimeter. Here is Mendez to the rim. He blew that layup. There was some contact between him and Kukai. No foul. And a minute 10 left here in the game, and now a timeout by Coach Chizak. Not happy with that last offensive possession. And Chizak will try to draw something up here for his team. I talked about how many close games Brookdale has been in this year. Of the 5 losses this season, 5-5 on the year, 4 of those games were decided by 2 points or less. And then look at the names of some of these teams that they have lost to. The season opener here at home against Camden, on November the 5th, they lost 80-78. Against Passaic on the 19th of November, they lost by 1, 83-82. Against Union, they lost by 2, 55-53. And then most recently, against Cumberland on December the 5th, 75-73. They lost by 2. So many close losses this year, Brian. And this is a team that struggles with foul shots, sometimes scoring, has had a lot of turnovers. You have to think and wonder if maybe you make a couple more foul shots or maybe have 1 or 2 less turnovers. Brookdale feasibly could be sitting at 9-1 on the year.
Yeah, and it has to be disheartening to lose that many games early on in the season that seemingly come down to a point or two and a mistake down the stretch. You talked about the missed free throws. We've seen a number of games where the last few minutes it just doesn't seem that they've executed at their best. Well, coming off one of their best games on Tuesday, and they hope that's kind of a springboard to better times ahead the second half of the year.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Ian Felix, who ran right into Raymir Grant. And that is the 4th on Ian Felix, and Felix a little shaken up. He definitely ran into Grant pretty hard there. 67-62. Brookdale still leads, a minute 6 to play. Here is Jones spinning his way into the lane and the left-hand layup. What a beautiful shot there.
What a beautiful spin move.
It's a 3-point lead for the Jersey Blues. Felix is stripped, but a foul.
Did they get the foul on Felix after the turnover, or was it on? No, it was on Sussex.
Now, I think this is on Grant, Brian, and that is it for Raymir Grant. He is fouled out of the game. An impressive one at that, but fouling out just a tad early with 53.9 seconds to play. And now Ian Felix at the line for 2 critical shots from the charity stripe. Just talked about Brookdale's struggles from the line. How many close games they have been in this year. Felix's first attempt is no good. Second attempt for Felix. That one doesn't go either. Door is still wide open here for Sussex. They trail by 3. 46 seconds to play. Mendez goes baseline, nearly threw it away. Dursey along the baseline. He threw it away to Carter. Carter to Felix. The layup is good. 69-64, 35 seconds to play. Brookdale in front by 5. Jones may have taken an extra step. The feed over to Williams didn't drop. And now Brookdale ahead of the defense. Felix again with the layup. Well, that just might do it. 71-64, 20 seconds left. Mendez a desperation 3. That one doesn't fall. Carter again ahead of the defense is fouled from behind. Count the basket and the foul on George Mendez. Wow.
Wow, it's right.
That was decided rather quickly there.
It goes from a 3-point game to a 9-point game, and all in the same minute. I mean, that was just an unbelievable job working in transition. Carter completes a 3-point play and a well-earned victory for Brookdale tonight.
74-64, 12 seconds to play. This is going to be a tough loss for Sussex tonight. Kenselar, no. And that will do it. Brookdale, their 6th win of the year. They pull it out in a tight one tonight, but win by double figures. 74-64, the final here in the Collins Arena. Well, Brian, we mentioned it a moment ago, decided rather quickly there within the final minute. Sussex was within 3, but a couple of missed opportunities and then some really great transition offense for the Jersey Blues. They get a couple of points at the hands of Ian Felix, and that was pretty much game over at that point.
Yeah, I mean, it was really that last minute. They had left the door open for quite a few minutes there where it seemed like they went in a scoring drought, and had Sussex been able to execute, that they could have tied or even taken the lead in their favor, but instead they weren't able to cash in, and Brookdale this time made the plays down the stretch that have eluded them in so many games in the early part of the year. And now for Brookdale, you sense that they're kind of rounding into form. They're on a season-high 4-game winning streak. They close out the year in strong fashion, and looking ahead to the second half of the year, you'd have to think their best basketball still ahead of them.
6-5, Brookdale overall on the year. Sussex falls to 3-10. Brookdale's next game, of course, will be in the new year, January 9th. They're home against Bergen County College. We'll have that game live here on BTV. So for the rest of our entire BTV staff, my broadcast partner Brian Goudsward, I am Tim Catalfamo. Have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2020 on January 9th when Brookdale squares off in a doubleheader against Bergen College. Have a good night, everybody.